get it right. I could see you in a different light if I take my time, try to get it right. I could see you in a different light, girl. Maybe we're too intoxicated, trying to have sober conversation. I'm saying I'm fine, we both know I'm lying. With you in that dress, girl, there ain't no denying you. But that's the point I'm trying to get to, with every single issue and everything that you do, baby. I wanna make sure that, girl, I take my time, try to get it right. I could see you in.
Today's May 8th. So I'm just gonna take you guys throughout my weekend to see if I can get out of this reading slump. There is a couple of new shows that are on Netflix and I'm gonna be watching them because I haven't watched Netflix in such a long time. Selena the series came out and I started watching it last night. And Monster is also there, which is basically follows a talented teen who is implicated in a robbery turned murder. He's wrongly accused of a crime he did not commit, and he is fighting for his innocence and integrity against a criminal justice system that's already judged him. So it's kind of like When They See Us. If you have watched that documentary, it's freaking good. Like, I've never cried so hard in a documentary before. Was it a documentary? No, it was a show, sorry. But let's start out with this vlog with drinking my Immunici Super Shot, which has organic camu. And how do you pronounce that? Hold on, let's check. I need a dictionary because I mispronounce a lot of shit. Camu is like, what is that? It's like a plant and it's high in vitamin C. It also contains powerful antioxidants. It has organic camu and it has organic raspberry. It says it is best to drink in a glass, but I'm just gonna chuck it because YOLO. That is so good. Took a nap. Okay, so I started reading The Only Good Indians and I read the first chapter. I'm on the second chapter. I'm gonna take a break from it. It introduces us to this character who gets killed by white men. Like within the first few couple of pages, I can already tell that the writing style is completely different to what I read. But I really hope that it gets a little bit better. I'm still in a reading slump. I feel like when I'm reading, I'm just like thinking of other things. I'm gonna check my Kindle to see if I have any other books available so I can read. I just need a book to get me out of the reading slump that I'm in. Usually when that happens, I like reading like out loud. I still haven't finished Cazadora, which is the second book of Lobisona. Let's try to finish that because I'm barely like 25% in, and I've been trying to finish it for the last couple of weeks. Cheers, friends. Happy Saturday. Just kidding. Fucking happy Sunday. Hi. Hello. So I am gonna update you guys with my readings pretty quick. It is currently 3:00 p.m. This morning I woke up and I finished Heartstopper, which is like a comic graphic novel, and it's just very fast-paced. I read it within like 10 minutes. Last couple of minutes in this vlog, I'm just gonna update you guys with my readings. I'm gonna share with you guys my current reads, and I'm also gonna share with you guys my May TBR. Right now I'm feeling super energized and super motivated to get some reading done. Yesterday I was in a reading slump, but let me talk to you guys about a book that got me out of my reading slump. So I went on Libby and I downloaded a couple of books. One of those is Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, and I rated it a 5 out of 5 completely because it was, one, it was fast-paced, two, lovely graphic designs in the book and lovely illustrations because it is a graphic book, 3 amazing characters, 4 lovely plot, whole theme of the story, which is identity and trying to find yourself, your true self, and finding your sexual orientation. In this case we have Charlie, who is shy and he's soft-hearted. One morning Charlie sits next to Nick, who is athletic, handsome, and he plays rugby, and they develop this friendship, and then soon it develops into something more for Charlie, who doesn't think he has a chance with him because Nick is straight, or he thinks he's straight. But Nick, who is also struggling with his feelings and struggling with his sexual orientation, he did have feelings for this girl, but now that he's hanging out with Charlie and they developed this really nice friendship, he is wondering if he actually likes boys. So I am already so excited to read the next book. It is also going to come out on Netflix and I'm excited. I don't know if it's going to be out in the US as well. Can't believe that I finally read it because I've heard about it nonstop on Bookstagram and BookTube. It's just a perfect book for high schoolers or middle schoolers as well. Or even like younger, you know, age 9 and up. It is a graphic novel, romance, LGBT, YA, contemporary, and it is a fast-paced book, and I truly recommend you guys reading it if you're in a reading slump. So I downloaded three other books from Libby, and I got The Jet Setters by Amanda Ward. Let's see what this is about because I have no idea what it's about. It follows Charlotte Perkins, who is a 70-year-old, and she submits a sexy essay to become a jet setter contest. She dreams of reuniting her estranged children, and I guess it's gonna take us back to her past. So downloaded The Outsiders. This was one of my favorites growing up, so I'm just trying to like fall into that nostalgia again. So if you guys have not heard of The Outsiders, which I'm guessing you guys have because it's been a very popular book, especially if you read it in high school or in college. Takes us through the 2 weeks of life of a 14-year-old boy, Pony Boy. Takes us through the struggles of right and wrong in a society in which he believes that he is an outsider. There are 2 different kinds of people, the greasers and the sucks, and a suck is short for social, so it's a person with money. Pony Boy, he's a greaser himself until one night one of his friends who is a greaser kills a sock. Murder gets under his skin, and then he starts realizing that whether you are a greaser or a sock, pain feels the same. One book that I'm currently reading, I think I'm on page 60. It is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. And this is, of course, about a murder. And we have, what's her name? Peep? This is the #1 of the series, and I went on Goodreads and it has such good reviews. A lot of the friends that I have on Goodreads have rated it a 5, so I am so darn excited. About a case who has been closed for 5 years now. Andy Bell was murdered by Sal Singh, and the police know that he did it with all the evidence that they acquired. The main character, who is Pipa, she believes otherwise. She believes that Sal did not commit this crime because she knew him before the murder occurred. When she needs to create a project for her school, she chooses this case for her topic of final year project. As she starts investigating and interviewing people, she starts uncovering secrets that someone in town is desperately wants to stay hidden. But we don't know if the real killer is out there. We don't know if Sal actually did commit this crime and killed his girlfriend. So I am intrigued. I'm so excited. The way that this book is written is just intriguing. The first book is Things We Lost to the Water by Eric Nguyen. And I got this for the May book of the month, so I'm really hoping to read this one this month. This book is about loss, memory, immigration, Vietnamese culture. And because it does follow Vietnamese characters where a family moves from Vietnam to America and they leave their father in Vietnam. It follows 2 boys and their mother. And their mother continues to send letters and tapes to her husband, and she starts acknowledging that they will never see their father ever again. She needs to come into terms of his loss, and the 3 of them who live in America, they need to adapt to life in America in different ways. So excited to read this one. It is a fiction, historical fiction, and LGBT, so yeah, this is one that I'll be reading this month. Another one that I'm gonna be reading is FireKeepers Daughter by Angeline Foley. This is a Native American culture, which it follows the Ojibwe reservation. It is a young adult mystery thriller, so it does follow a murder investigation, and one of the main characters, she goes in a undercover investigation after she witnesses a murder, and she uses her knowledge of chemistry and traditional medicine to track down the source. The main character, her name is Donis. She has always wanted to be a doctor, and after a family tragedy strikes, she has to put her future on the side and care for her sick mother. The next book that I'll be reading is White Teeth by Zadie Smith, and I have no idea what this book is about. It does follow friendship, love, war, and 3 cultures, 3 families over 3 generations. The book that I'll be reading is The Remains of the Day by Kazuo Ishiguro, and I have already read a book by this author, and it was Never Let Me Go. I absolutely loved it. I fell in love with the writing and the ending. It was amazing. So I had to pick up another book by this author. It follows an English butler, insular world in post-war England. At the end of his 3 decades of service at Darlington Hall, Stevens embarks on a country drive during which he looks back over his career to reassure himself that he has served humanity by serving a great gentleman. The book that I'm currently reading is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. So this is by Marie Kondo, and it is the Japanese art of decluttering and organizing. I'm barely on page 20, so I haven't done a lot of progress. I am also listening to the audiobook with this because for me, I like listening to nonfiction books more than sitting down and reading the whole thing. I love decluttering and I love tidying up my room. I hope that I can learn a couple of more things of decluttering and organizing, so that's one of the reasons why I picked up this book. And The Only Good Indians, which I already talked about. This is our book choice of the month of May for our book club, Tall Tales Talk. I have no idea why I chose this book. I just picked it up my bookshelf because it just looked interesting. Look at all the happy emojis. All the emotions, I guess. Follows 14-year-old Ricky, who decides he won't play by the rules. His rules allow for cursing, cutting school, and lying to the disaster formerly known as her parents. That is until her truancy is discovered and she's facing the threat of having to repeat 9th grade. Those are basically all the books that I'll be reading. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.